For most travelers, obtaining a visa is a straightforward process. However, some countries have notoriously complex visa policies requiring extensive documentation, long waiting times, and even outright rejections without clear explanations. Whether due to political tensions, strict government policies, or security concerns, the following 7 countries are among the hardest to visit. Russia, the largest country in the world, boasts a wealth of cultural and historical treasures. Yet, obtaining a visa can be an arduous process. The application requires extensive paperwork, including an official invitation from a Russian entity, proof of accommodations, and detailed travel plans. For some nationalities, a personal interview at the consulate is mandatory, and rejections are not uncommon. Also, as we know, political tensions in recent years have resulted in tighter restrictions and longer processing times. The geopolitical landscape between Russia and the West has led to stricter scrutiny for travelers from certain countries, particularly the United States, the United Kingdom, and the European Union. Sanctions and diplomatic disputes have at times led to reciprocal travel restrictions, making the process even more unpredictable. Once the visa is granted, travelers must register their stay with local authorities within 7 days of arrival, which can be a hassle, especially for those moving between cities. Failure to register properly can lead to fines or complications upon departure. The visa application process is further complicated by varying rules for different types of visas, including tourist, business, and humanitarian visas, each with its own requirements and processing times. Despite all this, Russia remains a highly desirable destination for intrepid travelers. There is a video in this channel called "How Big is Russia?" that I highly recommend to watch. There you can explore a little more about this fascinating country. Libya. Home to some of the most impressive Roman ruins outside of Italy, Libya remains largely inaccessible to tourists due to political instability and stringent visa requirements. The country's security situation has deteriorated significantly since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, making travel advisories common and visas difficult to obtain. Tourist visas are rarely issued, and even business visas require an official invitation and government approval. Also, many nationalities, including US and European travelers, face outright bans or excessive scrutiny. Even if a visa is secured, movement within Libya is heavily restricted due to security concerns. But those who manage to visit are rewarded with awe-inspiring sites like Leptis Magna, an ancient Roman city remarkably well preserved in the desert sands. Bhutan. This country has long been a mysterious and elusive destination, largely due to its government's unique approach to tourism. The country enforces a high-value, low-impact policy to preserve its culture and environment, meaning travelers must book their trip through a government-approved tour operator. The visa process itself is relatively straightforward but comes with a hefty price tag. Tourists must pay a daily fee of $200 to $250 covering accommodation, meals, and a guide. This policy ensures that tourism does not overwhelm the country's infrastructure and cultural heritage. Travelers must apply for a visa through a Bhutanese tour operator, and the application is only processed once full payment for the tour is made. The Bhutanese government tightly controls the number of visitors, and solo, unaccompanied travel is not permitted. The country's remoteness further adds to the challenge, as the only international airport, Paro, has limited flights operated by just 2 Bhutanese airlines. However, for those who do visit, Bhutan offers a deeply immersive experience unlike any other, from hiking the dramatic landscapes of the Himalayas to witnessing ancient Buddhist traditions firsthand. Eritrea, often described as Africa's North Korea, is one of the most secretive and isolated countries in the world. The visa application process is opaque, requiring an official invitation and months of waiting with no guarantee of approval. Even when visas are granted, travelers face further restrictions as movement within the country requires special permits. Foreigners are often limited to staying in the capital, Asmara, which is known for its unique Italian colonial architecture and slow-paced charm. While Eritrea offers a fascinating blend of cultures, stunning Red Sea coastlines, and a rich history, its restrictive policies make it one of the most difficult places to visit. Also, we need to consider that internet access is extremely limited, and foreign journalists are rarely allowed entry, adding to the country's enigmatic nature. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is one of the least visited countries in the world, thanks in large part to its restrictive visa policies and authoritarian government. The country has a reputation for arbitrarily denying visa applications without explanation, and even those who receive approval must be accompanied by a government-approved guide at all times. The capital, Ashgabat, is known for its bizarre marble-clad architecture and empty streets, giving it an almost surreal atmosphere. One of the country's most famous attractions is the Darvaza gas crater, also called the Door to Hell, a massive burning crater in the desert that has been ablaze for decades. While Turkmenistan offers a truly unique travel experience, the strict visa process and government surveillance make it a challenging destination for most travelers. Saudi Arabia. For many years, Saudi Arabia was virtually closed to foreign tourists, issuing visas only for religious pilgrimages, business trips, or expatriates. In 2019, the country launched a tourist visa program in an effort to boost tourism, but restrictions remain stringent. Female travelers under the age of 30 must be accompanied by a male guardian, and strict dress codes apply to both men and women. Also, certain nationalities face more difficulties in obtaining visas, and Israeli passport holders are outright banned. While Saudi Arabia is gradually opening its doors to tourism, visitors must still navigate cultural sensitivities and legal restrictions. However, the country offers incredible sights like the holy city of Mecca for Muslim pilgrims. At the top of the list is North Korea, arguably the most challenging country to visit. The government maintains total control over tourism, only allowing entry through a few authorized travel agencies. Independent travel is strictly forbidden, and visitors must be accompanied by government-appointed guides at all times. The visa process is highly selective, and U.S. citizens are currently banned from entering. Travelers with South Korean ties or certain professional backgrounds, such as journalists, are often denied entry. Even once inside the country, movement is heavily restricted, and visitors are required to follow strict rules regarding photography, interactions with locals, and political discussions. Hotels, restaurants, and even tour guides are closely monitored by government officials, making it nearly impossible to experience the country outside of its carefully curated narrative. Despite these limitations, North Korea offers a rare and surreal glimpse into one of the most secretive societies on the planet. Key site is the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, where the embalmed bodies of former leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il lie in state. For those who manage to visit, the experience is unlike any other, offering a first-hand look at a country shrouded in secrecy and controlled by one of the world's most authoritarian regimes. And of course, travelers must be prepared for intense scrutiny and strict regulations throughout their stay. While these countries can offer unique and fascinating experiences, travelers must be prepared for extensive documentation, long waits, and even outright rejection. However, for those willing to navigate these obstacles, the rewards might be well worth the effort. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you for watching. Until next time.